Is your child messaging with someone they believe is a new friend, only to discover that that friend has sinister intentions? Today, we're diving deep into online safety, from spotting the red flags of predators to practical steps you can take right now to shield your children. Because in a digital world where anyone can hide behind a screen, staying informed is your first line of defense. Welcome to the Parent Tech Support Show, where I empower parents with the tech knowledge they need to know to protect their kids online. My mission is to demystify parental controls, share practical tips, and reveal the tricks kids use so that you can navigate the online world with confidence. I'm your host, Jack Hughes, and because I grew up in this age of digital devices, I've had plenty of experience with getting around parental controls and doing things I wasn't supposed to. But those days are now over. Today, I use all that inside knowledge to help parents such as yourself protect your kids online. So today's podcast, today's video is all about online predators. And so to begin with, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the threat, and I wanted to help you understand the threat of online predators and kind of bring to light why it is such a big deal. So the internet is a place where kids hang out. It's where they make friends. It's where they find entertainment. It's essentially their digital playground. But like any real playground, like any real life playground, there are dangers. And that could range from pornography online, that can range from screen addiction, from unhealthy comparisons to cyberbullying. But chief among them are online predators. And you may think to yourself, well, I've heard about these stories. I've heard about online predators, but this is not a big deal. It's once in a while. It's like if my child being kidnapped. It's incredibly rare. It's not going to happen to my own child. But according to the FBI, at any given time, there are approximately 500,000 online predators active on the internet. In fact, in one survey, more than 1 in 5 kids age 10 to 17 have reported unwanted sexual solicitations online by online predators. For example, I'll give you a little real-world example here. A boy by the name of Jordan DeMay, he was a 17-year-old boy from Michigan, and he became a victim of a sextortion. And essentially what a sextortion is, you get a group of scammers. I believe these ones were out of the country, and they look like they're a beautiful young woman online, and they try to trick other unexpecting boys online, and they get the boys to send them nude photos, and then they use those nude photos to blackmail them to send them money. So this kid was a victim of this sextortion attack. Sextortion is becoming more and more common. It's one of the new dangers that are out there right now. And this scam that these people did on Jordan ended up leading to Jordan's suicide after being blackmailed with these private photos. In fact, over 50% of online sexual exploitation victims are between the ages 12 and 15 years old, and 82% of predators contact minors just through social media apps and gaming platforms. So this is a very wide problem. It's happened to a lot of people. There are a lot of stories that you could find online of people being exploited by online predators or more sextortion attacks. So before I continue on these statistics or what you can do about them, I want to give you a little bit of a rundown on what an online predator exactly is. How do they get these kids? How do they use these attacks? How do they solicit like nude photos from children online? So just a quick definition of what an online predator is an online predator is someone who uses the internet to exploit, manipulate, or harm a minor, usually for sexual reasons or financial reasons, such as the case I just mentioned about that sextortion attack with Jordan. Predators often pretend to be younger than they are, or they often pretend to be girls for boys, or vice versa, and they assume a fake identity to build trust with their victims, which are kids. They have a lot of grooming tactics. One of their main grooming tactic is flattery and validation. They'll give endless compliments. They'll make the kids feel seen and valued. And these are adults, so They have lived life a lot more, and they know how to manipulate kids very easily. Just like I can manipulate my little siblings. They give me candy and money whenever I want. These online predators will do the same stuff, but for much, much worse reasons. These online predators will often fake having the same interests and hobbies, so they'll fake having the same interests as their victims, like gaming, music, or maybe a favorite TV show, to form a quick bond. Again, these people are manipulative. They'll focus on isolation. They'll gradually encourage these kids and their victims to keep their conversation a secret from parents or from their friends, and they'll gradually desensitize them by slowly introducing inappropriate content slowly, beginning with subtle conversations that may seem harmless, and then they progressively escalate it to more explicit topics, kind of like boiling a frog in water, slowly turning up the heat, essentially. Now that I've explained a little bit about online predators, what they are, what tactics do they use to get kids to fall victim to their predator attacks and their sextortion attacks, really disgusting, heinous stuff, it's important that you know where these predators are found, where they are looking to talk to kids, so that you can protect your kids on these sites or have your children avoid these sites or not allow them to use these sites. And so the first place would be pretty common, pretty obvious, social media platforms. As I mentioned earlier, I think it was 82% of online predators are on social media platforms and games. So Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. The reason why these are so effective is because they have direct messaging features, which allows strangers to contact kids with relative ease. And I know Instagram, if you're under 16 and sign up on Instagram, it automatically makes sure that your profile is private, but you can just turn that off as a teenager, or predators can just still follow or send follow requests and then talk to them on their DMs or just comment on one of their posts. Again, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, they all have direct messaging features. Same thing with Facebook and Messenger. Although these social media sites are a lot less popular with teens and kids, some children and teens may still have accounts on Facebook and Messenger, and predators may use these platforms to also pose as family friends or classmates. Again, these platforms also have direct messages, so like little chat rooms and stuff that predators will often approach kids on. The second place where predators can be found on are online gaming communities. So these are games, popular games like Roblox, Fortnite, Minecraft. The reason why so many predators can be found in these games and why these games are rife with predators is because they also have chat features just like social media. So text or voice chats makes it easier to strike up conversation with kids. Another big spot that you can find a lot of predators on is Discord. And Discord is a popular platform for gamers and hobby groups. It's kind of like a Reddit, but it's like like to think of it of a Reddit forum mixed with FaceTime. It's pretty cool and it's great for gaming. So a lot of kids are on Discord, and there's not a lot of moderation on Discord, so there's a lot of predators also on Discord. And Discord offers private servers where predators can message kids directly. The third place where a lot of online predators can be found on are chat apps and live streaming sites. So the first few that come to mind is Kik, Omegle, Telegram, and these apps allow strangers to initiate direct conversations, often with minimal verification. Omegle, for instance, Omegle used to be a big website back in the day where you could join Omegle and you would just pair you up with random strangers around the world to talk to, essentially like a FaceTime call. Now, Omegle was forced to be taken down by some class action lawsuit or something like that because this whole site was rampant with predators. Around like 3 or 4 people or 3 or 4 videos of people you would skip, you would see a random penis or an online predator trying to get kids. It was full of filth and predators on Omegle, and Omegle's not the only one that's out there. There are dozens of online chat apps just like Omegle that are still there. The fourth place that you could find online predators would be less moderated or just more of a niche apps. So many new chat or social media apps appear monthly, like a little hype train, a little app will come up onto the scene, and it will get a lot of popularity and then it'll die out. And because these apps are so new and they don't have a lot of systems built up like Instagram and other popular social media apps, they often lack a lot of moderation. So predators will often flock to these lesser known spaces because they're a lot less moderated and they're a lot less known by parents and authorities. And the fifth and final spot where predators are going to be on is homework and educational sites. So even safe seeming platforms like an online study forums or language exchange apps can be targeted. Predators may pose as fellow students offering help and then move the conversation to private chats where they can do their disgusting things. I mean, it's essentially wherever kids are, you're going to find predators there. It's like a gas station. A gas station is not going to be in the middle of the woods because there are no cars around there. The gas station is going to be on the side of the highway because that's where the cars are. Same thing with predators. Predators are going to flock to where kids are. So what are some practical steps to help protect your kids from these online predators? Well, that number one is educate them. Just like as parents, you educate them stranger danger on, like, you don't want to get into a random car, you don't want to go to someone's random house, stranger danger, but extend that to online. Establish clear rules. Never share personal information like addresses, phone numbers, or school location. Never meet in person with someone they've met online without your approval. Don't ever send nude photos or anything like that, or any inappropriate stuff. If they do meet someone who is like being inappropriate, make sure they tell you immediately. Instruct them to do that. I get their kids, they may not listen to you. You can also use device monitoring tools. So you can install certain softwares like Bark or Quizno to monitor online interactions. I know Bark has a lot of stuff to do with that. I believe on Roblox too. And what they'll do is they'll flag suspicious activities and they'll send it to your phone. You can also leverage parental controls. So utilize built-in parental controls on smartphones. So on iPhones and iPads, for example, you can set device restrictions to limit messaging capabilities. You can block social media so they can't be approached by predators on there. You could block certain video games where a lot of predators are on. And if you want help with how to use screen time, you can check out my website at parenttech.support. And when you subscribe to my newsletter there, you'll receive my free guide on how to use screen time. It'll give you the basics on how to use screen time and best protect your kids from predators. Now, let's say, God forbid, something does happen and your child is approached by an online predator, but you do catch it. Don't delete any of the evidence that the predator left. Document the messages and profiles immediately. Report the predator's account to the platform so that they don't go on finding more children on that site. So make sure that social media site bans that account, bans that predator, and then you might even want to contact law enforcement so they can get on that case. Protecting your child in this digital age requires proactive steps, open dialogue, and ongoing vigilance. For more tips and tools, head over to parenttech.support and subscribe to my newsletter, and you'll receive exclusive guides, the latest news, and step-by-step instructions on keeping your children safe online. To be honest, it's really a no-brainer. It's just a quick subscription. And if you like this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe and share this podcast with other parents who want to foster healthier tech habits for their kids. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you again next week.